Come on, Linda, stop drinking and driving. We need to go.
Go where? We're in a lockdown.
To the studios.
Oh, yeah, it's EuroDrag TV. Come on, everybody, hold tight. Ooh, be careful inside! You're gonna tell me you're doing that one, dickhead.
Do you want to party? Of course you want to party. It's time to party with Linda Gold today. She's got bad makeup, but we love her anyway. We tried to kill her off, but she comes back every day.
Hello, Europe. My name is Dyslexia.
And my name is Auntie Linda Gold.
And you're watching EuroDrag TV. Let us know what you want to see in the upcoming episodes in the comment section below.
Despite this awful lockdown, our applications are now open for season 2.
In today's episode, we're gonna take you all the way to Berlin to meet our EuroDrag finalist. It's Purrjaa.
I'm building this one up. I'm milking this dyslexia because we've got on the show today one of the biggest queens of pop of all the time. It's Cascada.
All the way from Rupaul's Drag Race Season 9, it's Peppermint.
Category is Bring It to the Runway. Category is Stars, Statements, and Legends. Tens across the board. DJ, start the music. Category is
Sugary sweet confection, bad for your teeth, spicy red hot chocolatey. I'm minty fresh, but it ain't for free.
We're gonna test Linda's knowledge on former contestants in our minigame, Hit or Miss.
And we've got Linda's crazy lockdown videos with a very special guest.
Who is it?
Well, I'll tell you who it is. Because she's no longer working 9 to 5. It's the one and only Dolly Parton.
But before all that, hot or not?
Oh, hang on. What's that noise? Oh, it's my phone. Hang on a minute.
Oh.
I'm sorry about this.
Oh, this is unprofessional.
Hello? What? It's Rupaul on the phone.
Oh, really?
You want to come on the show? Yeah, of course, we'll do a live link.
Can that happen?
Yeah, I'm going to
Okay.
He's saying he's got no one to do his makeup.
Oh,
Don't worry.
shit,
Don't worry.
Reagan, where are
I'll just
you?
put you on FaceTime. Just stay there, Roo.
I don't want to hear any fucking make.
EuroDrag TV makes a public apology for what you've just seen. Unfortunately, Rupaul is stuck in the lockdown and has nobody to do his makeup.
Don't worry, dyslexia. It wasn't the real Rupaul. It was an imposter. You can't ruin the image of Rupaul with the millennials.
So this is the first hot or not as a boy. What do you think?
Oh, he's not very hot, is he?
Well, do you think it's a hot drag queen though? That's the question.
Well, that's the thing. When they normally look a bit like dodgy, they normally end up quite hot when they've done the
That's
faces.
fair. So I'll give you a clue. He is from Rupaul's Drag Race Season 8.
Is it Latrice Royale?
Girl, Latrice is black. Okay, so this is Acid Betty from Season 8 of
Ooh!
Rupaul's Drag Race.
Oh god, she was hot, wasn't she?
She's so cute. So the second one is this one.
What the fuck? This one looks like it's had fucking acid in its face. With makeup like that, it's gotta be Claudia Cockfrock.
No, she's actually Major Weg.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Why is her face like that? Is it Brenda LeBeau?
Yes! We love you though.
She'll probably come in me wig the next time we order one. Put a proper picture on the Brenda.
Okay, let's do that.
That's better.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
Wasn't much fucking fun for Brenda, was it?
Sorry.
I'll tell you what, girl. The next time you order a wig, something like a fucking bird's nest.
Come on, let's move on. The public is saying the show is always too long, so let's shorten this.
Cheeky bastards.
Let's go.
Okay, let's do this. You miserable c***.
Everybody please welcome, it's Purrjaa!
So fab. Check out, I'm blonde, I'm skinny, I'm rich, and I'm a little bit of a bitch.
Hey all you cool cats and kittens, my name is Purrjaa and I'm Germany's representative for Miss EuroDrag 2020. Hello Linda, hey this is Alexia, and hello Europe. So excited to be involved this year. As you know, it's Germany's first time in the competition and I'm super grateful and honoured to be chosen as their representative. I'm from Ireland and I've been living in Berlin for 3 years now. I started doing drag here in Berlin. My name is Purrjaa and I chose this because I wanted a name that was short, sassy and sexy. It's also a nod to my heritage. My father is from Bahrain, which is in the Middle East. Like, that peninsula is also known as the Gulf of Persia. And I wanted something that was really sexy and strong, and Purrjaa was very that for me. As I said, I've been doing drag for 2 years now. I started because I've basically been obsessed with hair, makeup, fashion my whole childhood, I guess. I was cross-dressing since I was 2. There's photos, there's videos of me like dressing up in my mother's clothes and dancing around my house when I was like 2 years old. So pretty sure it's in my blood. When I told my mother that I was a drag queen, she was just like, I knew this was coming. I'm inspired by a lot of things when it comes to drag. When I first started doing drag, I was heavily inspired by the Kardashians, the hair, the boobs, the curves. I was obsessed with Kylie and Kim. And this was what I kind of based my whole drag persona around at the very beginning. But as I've been spending more time with my drag character and figuring out who I am, really, my drag has moved into a more punky style, I would say. So I'm really inspired by grunge and horror and also glamour. So when I do things a little bit off kilter, there's always the glamour involved. I don't know about you guys, but I've been obsessed with Drag Race this season. Like, season 12 is literally the best season of Drag Race so far, in my opinion. And I'm a huge fan. Like, I've watched Drag Race since the very beginning. If I had to choose the best Drag Race queen, I would say for sure Violet Chachki. She completely nailed it on looks, fashion, camp, humor, everything. She's like the most perfect queen in my opinion. If I had to choose the worst, I would say Sherry Pie. And if I had to decide like which Drag Race Germany scene was more like, you know, like UK or US, I would say it's more in line with the UK version of drag, in the sense that we have a lot of great performers. The Berlin drag scene is full of amazing performers and the emphasis really is on performance. We still have queens that serve looks, like myself, but the main emphasis is in performance. And basically, a lot of the artists in Berlin are extremely experimental. This is the one thing that I really love about living in Berlin and the Berlin drag scene, is that I'm constantly inspired by the other drag artists in the city. I will admit I checked out the other 7 contestants, and even though I can't remember a single one of their names, they seemed pretty cute. If I had to choose my biggest competition, I would say my boobs. They're pretty big. And if I had to throw one of the other queens off a cliff, I honestly don't think I'd be able to throw any of them off. They look way too heavy. But yeah, I mean, I am the only competition right now. I mean, you can crown me already. Like, I'm ready. One of my biggest goals for 2020 is to perform in a public venue again. That would be super cool. I've been dreaming about that for the last 2 months now. Just being on a stage again would be like amazing. Around people, you know, performing to an audience would be absolutely incredible. What does the future have in store for Purrjaa? Well, I've got a monthly drag show. It's called Therapy Session, which I host with my drag sister and partner in crime, Cupcake. And it's basically like a live podcast / late night talk show where we try to therapize members of the public. It's usually a shit show, to be honest, but it's really fun.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Purrjaa. We're looking forward to meeting you in the finals.
Can I go? Okay.
Okay, it's now time for my favourite bit of the show. I a bit of trash I do. It's the trashy lockdown videos. Woo! She's got the biggest tits in the whole industry. She'd make a fabulous drag queen. Please welcome our guest. It's Dolly Parton. Well, howdy, Europe. It's Dolly Parton here in the house. Hey, after this lockdown, you all gonna be begging Jolene to take your man. Here's video number 1.
Hello, may I speak with Jolene? This is she. How can I help you? Oh, please don't take my man. Girl, what the fuck are you talking about? Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Girl, you sound crazy than a motherfucker.
Hey, don't forget, y'all. You enjoy the lockdown, because in a couple of weeks, you're gonna be working 9 to fucking 5.
Let me tell you. Jolene needs to come take my refrigerator is what she needs to do when she comes against my man. I tumble out of bed and I stumble to my kitchen all the way. I'm conviction cause I'm eating everything inside. True story. First it's chips, then it's candy. I'm eating anything that's handy. I'm gaining weight cause I'm eating 9 to 5.
I hope you're liking these lockdown videos, sitting at home on your fat asses all day, bitches. Cause in a couple of weeks, you all gonna be back to the office working 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. Woo!
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm sorry, let me do it again. And yeah. And will always love you. Oh, fuck off!
Well, what a load of goddamn diggly fun that was. And I will always love you. Oh, boys and girls. I've been out of Texas for so long, I've forgotten how to do a Texas accent. It's time to tell you all to stay safe. And here's a little song that was stolen from me from that motherfucking bitch, Whitney Houston. It's a good job she's dead. I'm gonna fucking kill her. We'll always love you.
A big round of applause to Dolly Parton. We'll be seeing more of that trash next week, and the week after, and the week after that.
Hey boys and girls, welcome back to EuroDrag TV. I'm Auntie Linda Gold.
And I'm Dyslexia.
And you're probably wondering what the fuck are they dancing to? That's because our next guest is one of the most ultimate all-time pop divas of the world. She was in Eurovision. You may remember her performing her song.
Glorious.
But I remember her from when I was boogieing away in the nightclubs to songs like this, Every Time We Touch, and also Evacuate the Dance Floor. It's the one and only
Cascada.
Linda, hi Dyslexia, and hello Europe. It's Cascada in the house.
Hey Cascada.
So when did you start your career in music and how did you end up on Eurovision?
So my career started about 15, 16 years ago and things were going great. And then I think it was 2012 or 2013, we got the call that we were asked whether we wanted to go and compete for the German national competition to represent Germany at Eurovision in Malmö in Sweden. I had to go through the normal motions like everyone. There were quite a lot of bands that weren't as well known as I already was and established, but that makes it sort of a bit harder on you because if you're established, people expect more of you.
That must have put a lot of pressure on you. Did you expect to win?
I wasn't expecting to win, but luckily enough, I did.
Woo! And we are glad you won.
What was the day of the competition like? I mean, do you still get nervous? Can you even explain what the atmosphere was like at Eurovision?
It was definitely a really exciting day. I was extremely nervous. It was the most amazing atmosphere in there. But all of the other bands, most of them were doing a different type of music than I was. So you really don't know what people want, what people are going to enjoy, and what people are going to vote for. So I was very, very lucky that we did win, and getting over the initial shock. Obviously, then you are absolutely delighted because it's an absolutely big deal.
Yeah, like as a drag queen, we know how hard it is to predict what people will like.
So let's just recap here. Obviously, you won the national contest for Germany and you went off to Eurovision. The song didn't actually do that well, which is insane.
So weird.
Because,
so
yeah,
weird.
Absolutely one of the biggest anthems that I certainly play
to this day.
To this day. So how do you pick yourself up from that?
It was a shame not to reach many points, and we had such an amazing week in Malmö. People just see the show on the night, but you actually do spend an entire week there performing nearly every day and giving interviews and doing just like so much, all in all, leading up to this big event at the end, Eurovision. So to actually then go home with so little points, that was disappointing, and I did go through quite a bit of sort of a tough time with the press afterwards. But saying that, I've never regretted it.
Glorious, as I said earlier, it's one of those songs that's on every playlist at every club that we do. More for Eurovision that year.
Glorious is still a really popular number. Like, I can't play one gay club without doing Glorious.
Tonight we can be glorious. We are young and hard and we're free. The world is ours. I can feel the music in me. Glorious. Found the love that eyes cannot see. Delirious. I can feel the music in me.
People love the track, I love the track, and the atmosphere back then definitely gave a different opinion as to how we ended up coming out of it all, because the atmosphere was amazing and people did think that we would get a higher point.
It does seem to be every year that the big five, the pre-qualified countries, seem to get less and less points. Maybe it's to do with the fact that the songs aren't being seen in the semi-finals, or maybe a little bit of jealousy. Who knows? Who am I to comment? I'm just a silly old drag queen. The big question is, would you ever do Eurovision again?
I do get asked this question a lot, whether I would do Eurovision again, and the answer is happily no. Like, it was an amazing experience. I would not want to miss that in the world. Like, I don't want to have never done it. I don't regret it just because we didn't have a great sort of, reception at the end, but I love the whole experience, and I want to take that memory and roll with that. I don't want to do it again and do a repeat performance. I also wouldn't want to risk going through the negative part of that again.
You may have not won Eurovision, but you're still loved by so many people. Now the question is, which one is your favorite song?
I think every artist would have trouble answering the question if you have a favorite song. We do so many tracks and we have many hits, and at the same time you have so many album tracks that you sort of love as well, but that not many people necessarily know, except like real fans who literally listen to every track and not just the ones that go in the charts.
But you must get like a really big buzz when you're singing songs like Evacuate the Dance Floor, and everybody is like singing and dancing to your song.
Of course you enjoy doing Evacuate or Every Time We Touch on Stage, because everyone knows the words and they all sing to it, and it's amazing, and nothing can sort of beat that.
Cause every time we touch, I feel the static.
Fuck, how sorry, love. So how's the lockdown in Germany?
Obviously at the moment it's a bit hard to know what the future is going to be with this crisis. We literally don't know when we are going to be allowed to go back to work, go back on stage, when they're going to allow large gatherings again so we can do concerts.
Same here in the UK, like we had to postpone so many events because of the lockdown.
Now, as much as we love the old classics, have you got any new material coming out? I mean, surely this is the time when you can be in the recording studio, or does it need more than one person?
And I also want to get in the studio and record some new material, but that has to be under a social distancing sort of way.
Cascada, promise us you will come back after lockdown and tell us all about the new stuff that you've been up to.
I will keep you updated though.
I can get you out of my head, my head. Our love disappeared, million miles from here. I see your eyes, blue eyes, they're shining bright. I can get you out of my head, my head. Our love disappears, million miles from here, and left us stuck in the middle. I wanted to feel like you're here tonight. I'm fooling all my senses, my senses.
If it wasn't for Linda Gold, I would be a famous pop star.
I love this, I love this, I love this. I love this like the way I do. I love this.
Thank you so much, Cascada. Now, Linda, it's time to test your knowledge on former contestants. Are you ready?
Am I ever ready for this bit?
First up, it's Miss Zodi. So, what'd you think of it?
I love that dress. I reckon that dress would well suit me. You think?
No, Linda, it doesn't have an adjustable waistline.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So, what is Miss Zodi getting?
Oh, she's gorgeous. She's got a gorgeous dress on. She's getting a hit.
Second up is Miss Delicious. So, Linda, what did you think of that?
Oh, Miss Delicious. I'll tell you, Miss Delicious, she's so beautiful.
Yeah.
She was in Miss Drag UK, but even she will admit she hated that performance. Like, she literally didn't do drag for months after it.
She was really upset about it.
She was very upset about it. I think she will admit that that particular performance sadly was a miss.
It's time to move on to our third guest. We all love a bit of mint in our mojito, but on this show, we want pepper with our mint. Everybody, please welcome, all the way from season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race, it's Peppermint!
DJ, start the music. Category is
Sugary sweet infection, bad for your teeth, spicy red hot chocolatey. I'm minty fresh, but it ain't for free. Legendary queen from NYC, sassy, never shady, classy, but I can still take it to the street, so you know you better never try to come for me.
Hey Linda, hey Diz. Hello Europe.
Hello Peppermint and a big warm welcome to EuroDrag TV! Okay, so for anybody who's just started watching Drag Race, and quite a few have since it came to the UK, that's true, please tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. For all of you that just started watching Drag Race, my name is Peppermint and I am the first runner-up from season 9, which is a whole 2 years ago. Oh my gosh.
Peppermint, a lot of people have said that RuPaul's Drag Race has stereotyped drag. Do you think it's been a good thing for drag?
Well, I definitely think that RuPaul's Drag Race has been for drag in general. I mean, anything that's mainstream will eventually expose more people to it. Obviously, there's some new viewers, even there in Europe, who are just catching on to RuPaul's Drag Race, even though it's been going on for 10 years. And so, yes, I do think that Drag Race has been great for the art of drag in general. And I think that includes drag kings. There's certainly more people who know what drag is. There's more people who've experienced drag who probably would never have even fallen in love with drag.
Do you think shows like RuPaul's Drag Race, for example, should cast more A-Fab Queens or drag kings or just more diversity in general?
I definitely think that there's room to expand what type of drag we see on shows like RuPaul's Drag Race. There are so many types of queens and kings that are different that we haven't yet even seen on the show. And so I definitely think there are some missed opportunities when it comes to the casting and who they decide to put on the show.
Babe, I'm loving your honesty there. Like, a lot of queens would have skirted around that question. They really would.
Do you think it's time to bring them in or maybe have a special show for these kind of groups?
Well, one other thing I want to add about the drag king phenomenon is that, you know, just thinking about it, RuPaul's Drag Race is obviously a really popular show. And because of RuPaul's Drag Race, as what seems to be a response to RuPaul's Drag Race, we had shows like Dragula, who sought out to highlight completely different types of drag. And we've even had our very first drag king win on a national scale. And so Landon Sider, who's a fabulous drag performer, has really shown us that a king can be just as fierce as a queen. I'm hoping that Drag Race will open up to expand and be more inclusive. And eventually, if it doesn't, then that's a great opportunity for someone to create a new show.
So if you were the host of your own show, how would you do it differently?
I probably would have by now, if I'd been the host all this time, then I probably would have A-Fab performers and drag performers and kings on the show. I mean, why not?
Well, when you're ready to start your show, we have a lot of A-Fab Queens and a lot of drag kings that have been in our contest. So call me maybe.
Can I have a peppermint? You can have a peppermint. That's too hot for me. Hey! I don't like the peppermint. You don't like the peppermint? No, it's too spicy. Well, why'd you ask me for a mint?
You starred recently in Broadway and made history as the first trans woman to have a lead role. Do you use this platform to actually focus on talking about trans visibility?
Well, yeah, you know, it was amazing to be, to have the opportunity to do Broadway. It's something that I trained for in college years ago and just never thought that it would actually happen. And to look back and see that that's on my resume, it's something that I think sets me apart. And it was a great experience that I think was really unique. It's not something that everybody can just do.
What an electric evening. Thank you so much for all of you.
It takes a lot of hard work and a lot of discipline, and I learned a lot about the business and about myself. And so I'm really proud of that. One of the things that was really important for me the whole time was to make sure that I was able to, in interviews, any chance that I got, talk about the queer community and talk about trans visibility, which I think is obviously still really important.
Was it a big challenge being the first trans person in Broadway?
Live theater that we all love so much, I think for so many years and for a lot of people has always been a really safe space.
Yeah, I mean, there's a huge amount of gay and lesbian people on mainstream TV now, much more than when I was young, but there's still nowhere near enough representation for the trans community.
Times are changing. I do think that the more images we see of trans people in the media, on film, television, in public office, and as elected officials, I think the more we see that, the more people will, like you said, it'll become normalized. And I think that's important. I think that's what needs to happen. It doesn't mean it loses its edge, I think it just means that it shows people that we are everywhere. Queer people are everywhere. Trans people are everywhere.
Do you have any advice for the viewers who are bored shitless at home?
What what are your plans for the future?
Well, okay, so I would, in addition to going back and watching RuPaul's Drag Race Season 9, I would love everyone to catch my new single that I have. I wasn't able to film a music video for it yet because of everything that happened this year, but I would love for you all to catch my new single. It's called What You're Looking For.
Do you have any plans to come and see us in Europe?
Of course. I would love to come and be in Europe like today. So hopefully I'll be back in Europe very soon.
It was amazing to see you, Peppermint. Thanks for joining us today on EuroDrag TV.
Thank you.
Give our love to New York. Stay safe.
Mwah.
They done seen. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Cause I learned what I need to love me. So I started when the pain ran so deep. But underneath was my heart, so the strength that's in me. Just a seed, but it's sprouted to be what you're looking for.
So, next week, here's the lineup we've got in store for you. Starting with royalty. Yeah, we've got a lord on the show. You may remember him from the very first gay kiss in soap opera history. But now, he's a member of the House of Lords. It's Lord Michael Gosman.
And all the way from RuPaul's Drag Race, I know, Season 9 and Season 10, it's Eureka.
Hi EuroDrag TV, it's Eureka here.
And we have an absolute Hollywood legend with us, all the way from Sex in the City. It's Mario Cantone. And next week, we've got some very exciting news, as well as the lockdown videos.
We're going to be challenging Linda in our new minigame.
And we'll be introducing the long-awaited, you've all been waiting for this, it's our new competition. It's Europe's shadiest.
You are a cunt, 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 a big fat stinking cunt. Everybody knows from here to us. You're a big fat stinking cunt.
What people would like.
I was holding a fart in.
That is disgusting.
Actually, I host a show.
Did you just fart? Yeah.
And a drink.
Did you just
No, I
fart?
fucking didn't. Cheeky cow.
No, oh my god, it's
I didn't. There's not. I didn't. I did not. I didn't. Just making it up for the TV. Fucking hell, girl! What a great show that was.
Amazing.
Cascada.
Yes.
Peppermint. Who was the third one? Did you forget to take that dildo out your ass?